What's up, music fans? My name's Jackson. Today I'm going to react to Drugs. You Should Try It by Travis Scott. Getting past that title, Travis, I don't think I will be trying drugs, thank you, but I hope that the song in itself is a representation of that high you get from drugs, as I've heard so many great things about it, and John Denton being the prime example. Obviously, being a smaller music react to channel, he's a guy you look up to, and this is like a song, I see the memes of him reacting to it all the time. I've never heard the full thing myself. I'm super excited to listen to it in its entirety. But man, Travis Scott, it feels like his career has been so short, yet he's been in the game for almost a decade now, and he has given us so many different sounds, a really eclectic style, and he honestly has made such a big impact on this new hip-hop wave that I feel like we're looking at an all-time great, even though he hasn't had time to even cement himself yet. I think Travis' music is so versatile. It works in the club, it works on 2 a.m. drives, it works when you're just chilling with your friends, it works when you want to rap along to something. He really has something for every music fan that at least likes upbeat music. I think that he's taken hip-hop beats and this whole 808 trap wave and made it into something completely new. And I love how artists can add a skill curve to making wavy trap beats, and Travis is, again, one of the best guys that does this. He really shows how you can have this beat and you can have the little nuts and bolts that are in every single trap hit, like a wavy instrumental, the really hard-hitting 808s, but then he adds so many different things, like differing amounts of reverb, super haunting ad-libs, and then a just cavernous style that is really reminiscent of guys like Kid Cudi. So I'm interested going back to see what was that style like before he really perfected it on Rodeo, and were there just flashes, or was it just as good as we see today? It just didn't have as much credit. I think this is the first time Travis Scott has come up in my channel, which is pretty crazy actually, considering how much I listen to his music, how much I enjoy his voice, his style. So that said, I'm incredibly excited to listen to this song. I know it's really popular and really loved among his fan base, so shout out to one of my friends in the comments, GQ75C, whatever your name means, man, but you have told me day after day for a couple of weeks to react to this song, so hey, I'm doing it for you. My camera cut out, so I don't know exactly what I was left off saying or what got cut out, so let's just start an entirely new point. Definitely what I'm looking for is just this Frankenstein style that Travis has now, and I want to see how that developed by going back to point A and then seeing point B now. So it's going to be really interesting to see just how primitive or different this is from before. So hey, first Travis Scott related video on my channel. Let's listen to Drugs You Should Try It by LaFlame. But first, I just want to say that if you guys like Travis Scott, if you like all the other artists I reacted to on my channel, just take a look at that subscribe button, click it for me, bring that number up by one. It makes my day, and it's so easy for you guys. Thanks so much. The guitar is tight. Oh!
That tattoo, but you'll crack it on your cat. You'll be right back. Your mama ever know. I take that puff, you take that puff. You know we never catch a overdose.
So I usually criticize trap rappers for doing this, and this is using drugs as such a heavy topic to lean on, to rap about, to use as subject matter in their songs, to just have words to fill up their verses. But here, it's a huge exception. Let me explain why. The song is explicitly about drugs and about the feelings they create, what is so great about them, and why you should try them. And if that's the actual concept of the song, there's a purpose to rap about them there, and it actually feels like it's developing the point, the theme, the purpose of the track. And that's why usually for other songs it detracts from it, because it's just so pointless, but here it makes sense. That's not to say I still think it's a good subject matter or that I support this, theme, but I think Travis using it to keep the cohesion of the song is a lot different than having it as just a little caveat in a song. I like how in the chorus there's just these little snaps instead of the 808s, and it makes the song feel a lot more organic, which is crazy considering how druggy and hazy it is. But again, that's Travis Scott, and that's what you really like about him. It's interesting because I feel like all of his older music, there's really just druggy vocals that he uses, and he uses a vocoder on his voice and just a little bit vocoded, but it's still there, and I think it adds to the aesthetic of the old Travis Scott, but it's not that great compared to his newer stuff because of it. Woo. Yeah. Yeah, man. I can see why people say this is one of his best songs for sure. I mean, just what can you say about Travis Scott that hasn't been said? This idea that you just float in the air when you listen to his songs, man. This is here. I love how Travis sounds as if he's drowning in the drugs, as if he's desperately crying out, except it doesn't sound that way because of the lyrics. It sounds that way because of his delivery, and it sounds like he's talking to this person, this lady, or whoever the audience is, to saying, you should try drugs. I want you to experience this with me, instead of the delivery which says, I want to be out. I like how the beat develops throughout the song. Instead, at the start, there's just the snaps, then we have the 808s that come in, and then you have that like ratchety that starts filling in the void gaps of the beat towards the end of it, and then just that incredibly psychedelic guitar, Travis's really murky, hazy vocals. All of it just comes together for a classic Travis Scott song, and I would really just want to go back and listen to it and see if I could catch any lyrics and see if there's a bigger theme here or just the simple title that gives you all you need about the song. This really has me wondering if I should do a video on Days Before Rodeo, because I've never heard that project and I've heard so much criticism about it, but if this is any indication of how that project sounds, I would really like it. While I really like lyrical music and music that has a purpose, I also really like music that its purpose is just to make you feel something from the sounds. And I think Travis Scott is one of the best examples of that. Is this one of my favorite Travis songs? I would say probably not. Just off first listen, I don't think it's going to get even close to Skeletons, R.I.P. Screw, Okay, Alright, 90210. But man, it's an incredible song. I'm really glad I listened to it. I think that just the overall thing that I would get from this song, and what I want everybody to understand that I got from this song, is that as critical as I am of new school rap and this lack of depth in music, I think that music doesn't have to be lyrical. It doesn't have to be thematically deep in order to have artistry to it. Travis Scott is one of the best examples of making sounds go together, making sounds have themes, making just this overall aesthetic to your music be the artistry. And that's what has always drawn me to his music, and that's why I think he has so much punch as soon as he gets on the mic. Even a recent example, if you look at his feature on Donda, it's just as soon as you hear that song, you know Travis Scott is going to be on it. And that to me is artistry, when everybody knows your sound. So for my Travis Scott fans, let me know, should I react to Days Before Rodeo? When do you think Utopia is coming out? I'd love to have a discussion about these things in the comments. This song gets a big thumbs up from me. I can't wait to hear more from Travis in the future. I think that's going to do it for me. I appreciate you guys watching as always. If you want to watch more of my videos, I'd appreciate if you would subscribe. I don't care if you turn on notifications. It really doesn't matter that much. Thanks so much for joining me. I sincerely hope you'll join me next time. Happy listening.